I'm very glad to introduce here at Codemotion Milan 2016 Jason Goecke from Cisco for the first time here in Milan. Welcome, Jason.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here. It's a great event, well organized, and there's a lot of people here, so it's great.
Jason is the vice president of Cisco, and you are working on DevNet, right?
Yes.
So probably it's the first time that we're talking about DevNet here in Codemotion, and probably also in Italy. We are talking about developers. So what can a developer find in DevNet?
Yes, so I work closely with the DevNet team back in San Francisco. And what DevNet is about at Cisco is really engaging the developer community, providing tools for learning, providing toolkits that you may use, many of them open source, published on GitHub, on how you may work with all of the different Cisco technologies, from our routing systems to our software-defined networking, to what we're doing with Meraki on Wi-Fi, through to collaboration, which is what I specifically work on with Cisco Spark as well.
Talking about DevNet, you said that it is open, programmable, and open source. That is very interesting. Would you like to try to engage the tech STEM?
Yes, so where we are right now in terms of open source is I come from a long line of open source myself. I built a startup around open source, turned that into Tropo, which then actually Cisco acquired. And what we're doing is we're open sourcing a lot of our SDKs and toolkits to allow developers not only to use them, but to actually extend them as well. So we actually have an active developer community working on various SDKs we have and contributing code as well. In terms of our STEM initiatives, we're very engaged in the community, both through what we're doing with Net Academy, which is closely related to DevNet as well, and getting into the community with various nonprofits for underserved children, underserved demographics, to actually engage them on developing STEM curriculums, giving them the tools, in many cases sponsoring events, to really make sure that we're giving back to the community in terms of technology as well.
Talking about the community, one of the most interesting things that Cisco is doing toward the communities and toward the women is to apply for some program to help the women get involved. We at Codemotion are really, really deep in this topic. So what are you doing right now?
Yes, so DevNet specifically is led by a woman named Susie Wee, who's heavily involved in girls' tech initiatives back in the San Francisco Bay Area, around the world. And we're doing a lot both in terms of teaching women to code, engage in technology, become comfortable with technology, but also getting involved at very young ages as well, and getting engaged from K to 12 in teaching young girls to code as well, and become confident in terms of the approach to technology as well.
So you are a programmer too. You are a vice president, but you are a programmer too, and a Go programmer. You know that here at Codemotion we have a track about Go?
Yes, I'm very happy about that. I think I've got the only Go t-shirt here at the event, but I think after you do this track, there will be a lot more. And I continue to code. They don't let me commit any production code anymore to us, so don't worry about that. But I do continue to code in terms of being aware of what's happening in the market, being aware of how technology is evolving, and frankly, because I enjoy it as well.
Another topic is very important for us at Codemotion is DevOps. And probably we could say that DevNet has a DevOps point of view right now?
Yes, DevNet does, and specifically within the Cisco Spark platform that I'm working on for the APIs and calling capabilities and things like this. Everything we're doing there from the cloud is all DevOps, so the developers themselves are not only writing the code, they're actually supporting it and dealing with how it gets deployed. And that's been a big transformation for Cisco itself. Traditionally, Cisco has been more of a waterfall where you go and you train your support teams and things like this, but we found it highly effective in terms of continuous deployment, continuous development, integration, and all the DevOps things that come with that, which is creating interesting scenarios with our customers as well. They're having to learn to deal with that because you can no longer have scenarios where you can only have American developers do something for particular security purposes because you have people around the world working on things. So it's rethinking a lot of business issues around DevOps as well as the technology side.
I'm sure that you have attended so much conference around. What's your feeling about Codemotion?
Yeah, so Codemotion's been great. Like I said earlier, it's very well organized, and I look forward to it coming to the U.S. and participating and hopefully even sponsoring there as well.
Great. So let's meet in US.
Yes.
Why not?